The number of private sector jobs in New York City growing across education, health, and hospitality services. More than 19,000 jobs have been added in these areas since last year.
Yeah, these days it takes a lot more than a resume to stand out, especially with artificial intelligence and all the different platforms to consider. So Robynn Storey is CEO of Storeyline Resumes, the largest executive resume firm in the country. And she's joining us now with tips on how to navigate New York's competitive job market and find the right career path. So thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
I mean, a lot of folks out there are looking for jobs, but they need much more than just a resume, right? So what other essentials do they need?
So in addition to having an accomplishment-based resume, you've got to have a good strategy. Everyone is going on the same job boards, applying to the same positions over and over and over. You really have to open it up and have an idea of where you would like to work. So say, for instance, you were in operations and you would love to work in healthcare. You're going to make a list of all of the healthcare companies that you would be interested in working for. You're going to go to those websites. You're going to set up a job alert, and as new positions become available, they're going to let you know, and you're going to be the first in to apply.
But how do you stand out, though? I mean, especially when everybody's applying for the same jobs.
The way that you're going to stand out is by having a resume that doesn't talk about your job duties, but it talks about your job impact. You're also going to have a really great LinkedIn profile, which is the first place that recruiters and hiring managers are looking to get a real idea of who you are and what you've done in your career. And the most important thing about your resume is we see so many resumes coming in the door, and everybody's describing their job. No one really cares about that. We already know what you do, right? We want to make sure that we're showing your impact. How have you made that business better? How have you made that job easier? What have you done to help your peers? Have you worked on special projects? Things that make you stand out in terms of your accomplishments and your impact. Put numbers to it if you can. If you've been in a position where you've helped to save some money, name the dollar amount that you helped to save. You want to be as genuine and aggressive as possible.
Yeah, that's big, because I think people are so used to just putting their job description. It's like, we know what you do. So here's another, the myth of like the one sheet, right? Like the resume has to be just one page. Is that accurate? Is that true?
No, not necessarily. Now, if you're a recent graduate, you're going to have about one page to fill. But most people, since we work with more senior level and executive folks, they might have 20, 30, 40-year careers. Not that you're going to discuss a 40-year career on a resume, but you need a good 2 pages to tell that story.
And the impact.
Absolutely.
So the question with AI, right? AI really becoming a factor in the job search now.
It is.
So how do you see that playing out with competition between real people and AI?
Well, AI doesn't really tell a genuine story. It can only sort of create content that you feed it, right? So in your resume, you want to sound as genuine as possible. And AI right now is creating a lot of resumes that look and sound the same. And while that seemed to be a really great resource at the outset when AI was first rolled out for job seekers, you know, an easy way to create and customize a resume, companies are not wanting to look at your AI resume. Now they're using AI blockers or AI detectors. So here's a really great tip for using AI. As a resume company, here's how we use AI. So when we work with a client, we have them send us over a couple of job targets. What we'll do is take the content from those job targets, we'll drop them into AI, and we'll say to AI, we'll give it a prompt, and we'll say, tell me the 10 top keywords in these job descriptions. And then we take those 10 top keywords, and we make sure when we're developing your resume and we're telling your story, we're putting those keywords in your resume, but in an organic way. It can't feel canned, it can't feel fake, and it also has to be accurate. So don't claim to do something that you can't do, because eventually that all comes out in the wash.
That's fascinating, though, that they have these detectors now. That's something else. So how do we update our resume, refresh it?
So you want to refresh your resume by really looking at what, number one, you've enjoyed about your job, how it is that you're perceived in that job, and what you think you've done to make something better for that company. So everyone, from an entry-level position to the most senior-level executive, has a story to tell. What is that story? Is it a project? Are you the person that's constantly tapped to train and coach new people as they come on board? Are you the problem solver for a particular business function? Those are the things that you really want to see in your resume. So kind of get rid of any antiquated notions about what you think it should be and make sure that you're telling your story.
That's good. You know, in your book, Career Confidence, you talk about some myths. We're almost out of time, so just give me one myth that may be somebody who's applying for a job versus what they're reading on the screen of the description of the job?
I think the biggest myth is that you have to have a degree for every job that they have a degree requirement.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of times your experience, the companies that you've worked for, what you've learned, what you've contributed is gonna blow a degree out of the water.
Wow.
So apply for it.
Man, if I was looking for a job, I'd want you on my team.
Yeah,
Robynn
really.
Storey, thank you so much. Really great advice.
Thanks so much for having me.
Good stuff.